Hello there, everybody. Just a little walk and a talk. Spring is upon us. Everything is turning green. Anyway, yesterday I downloaded Sean Hibbler's new movie, Level With Me. Hibbler Productions. Really good, worth every cent. I would advise you all to spend a fiver, download it. Sean spent a lot of time and a lot of money putting this together, and he deserves everything that he gets back from it. But anyway, this is where I live. This is my village. This is my little farm, and that's my house. I got no neighbors. Anyway, some very good points in this film, and I mean it is introduced in the beginning by Tanner Stewart, and afterwards I went on to Tanner Stewart's channel. It's called The Flat Earth Millionaire. Looked up one of his videos. I really can't remember what it's called now, but it was really excellent. And he was talking about the level Earth and the extent of the level Earth. And then we have seen the GoPro Go Fast rocket that went up, straight up, without any edits. It went 73 miles and then it crashed into a sludge. It's like you dropping, say, so it sounded like a pen. If you had a pen and you dropped it into a bowl of jelly or something like that, gloop, like that. Didn't smash to pieces. Didn't hit something very hard and smash into a fucking 1,000 pieces. It released itself and it fell back down to earth. So it's 73 miles, and he put out his arm like that. Like, there's your flat world. And then above it, your 73 miles is like this much, okay? So, in the movie, you got that dumbass, what's his name? The lion guy with the bow tie, saying the Earth is a closed system. You cannot escape from the Earth. There is nowhere to go. So we're in a pressurized system. We got this ceiling at 73 miles. It sits there. And it is creating our air pressure. If you raised it, say, double the distance, our air pressure would have. Now, here comes the scoop. Okay? We call it our ceiling, our sky. It's blue. Not today. And is it a reflection? Is this Killary, what's it, not Nilk, said, we are going to smash that glass ceiling. We got millions of cracks in it, and it's going to come tumbling down. Really? I reckon it's a reflection. It's a reflection of our world. When we look up, we see blue. We look out over the ocean, we see blue. We look up at night, we see lights in the sky. And here it comes. How important is it for us as a ceiling? We can't reach up and touch it. No one has ever gone up and touched it. Since man walked this earth, nobody has ever touched what is known as the firmament with their bare hands. You know what NASA call the firmament? They call it the plasmaspheric hiss. In secret. The plasmaspheric hiss. Now, as I said, What significance does it have to us as our ceiling when we can't reach up and touch it and no one ever has? Now, I would suggest that it's less our ceiling and more the floor of the world for the people above us, the world above us. It's more their floor than our ceiling. And we really can't see through the ceiling, and we cannot see through our floor. And our floor goes down something in the region of 11.7 miles, and then you hit a substance that no tool on the surface of this earth will penetrate. So then they turn around and they tell us that they know what the next 4,000 miles down into the idiotic magnetic molten core of the earth. And everybody knows that if you heat a magnet, it loses its magnetism long before it will reach its molten stage. So it's an oxymoron, molten magnet. Well, how the fuck would they know it's down there? They haven't been any more than 11.7 miles. And they were wrong every time when they went down there. They said, ground penetrating radar said, no more water, you hit water. No more rocks, you hit rocks. So when something is so wrong all the way down and then they can tell you what the next 4,000 miles are, bullshit. We live on the floor of the world. We don't know what the lights in the sky are. We know that they're not what they tell us. And I caught that dumbass bitch astrophysicist telling us that the so-called planets that they show us in pictures are all computer generated images. And she didn't like the idea of conning the public. Bullshit. So, oh shit, look at my feet are getting soaked. Wore the wrong boots out again. I'm surprised you haven't caught me walking around in my pajamas and my slippers out here, because I forget. I've been told 1,000 times. Stop smoking that shit. So anyway, try and download the movie if you can. I think it's going to be coming out on YouTube anyway on the 22nd of May. But Sean needs help before then, so buy it. $5. Keep it. Show it to people. There's a lot more in it than what it says in the title. There are plans for next year, the con that they're going to run on us. And I mean, fuck's sake. Ooh, yeah. I was here one day out the back. I mentioned this before. Years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, no camera, no phone, on my own, middle of summer. I step out here on a hazy day and I see the silhouette of a TR3B, perfect triangle, just sitting up there. Oh yeah, I thought you were just going to destroy the cities. What the fuck are you doing out in the countryside? Here, around my house, about 3 or 4 cars a day pass my house. Some days none. I got no neighbours. I got this asshole down here, but he goes the other way. He doesn't go by my house. And there ain't much out here. I can't see fucking aliens coming from fucking Jupiter or somewhere to raid my village. We all got shotguns. And Bill Hicks. People bringing shotguns to UFO sightings. Well, I don't want to be abducted. Yeah, well, Your fucking alien invasion. I know what you got up your sleeve. We all know what you got up your sleeve. The cat's out of the bag. It's only going to work on the numpties that you have reprogrammed with your program that you've been running for the past 3 years. Anyway, I'm wandering off into something here. Look at that oak tree. It is starting to get its leaves out. I'm going to take a little walk back down there, back down to that tree. The fucking long grass. Oh, my boots, man. So, that's what this video is about. I reckon that the sky above us is less important to us as a ceiling than it is to the world and the living beings that are in the next layer above us, because that's what we're in. We're in a layer cake. And according to Veda, Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 14 layers to this layer cake. 7 heavenly layers above us, if that's the correct word, and 7, of which we are part of one, hellish layers below us. So we are in a very unique place. We are on a plane where heaven and hell exist simultaneously. You can be born in California by the beach, blonde hair, blue eyes, millionaire parent. You got to surf all your life. You're in heaven. Or you could be born on the desert sands of the desert somewhere in the middle of a conflict with no food. You've just been dropped into hell. And fucking heaven and hell are next to one another on this plane. And it's designed that way to bring the living entity to his senses. The duality is there to bring an intelligent man around and bring him to his senses. If this world was all heavenly, we would not know duress, stress, and maybe not seek that world, that eternal world where birth and death doesn't exist. You may not aspire to that when you're living in such a heavenly place. But then if you're born into hell, then that ought to bring around the desire to get out of this hell. So it has a purpose. The duality of this world has a purpose. It's to shake a man to his senses, man, woman. Now, and then there are millions of species of animal where many living entities end up, where they have no protection, they have no rights, and they don't have the intelligence to understand anything spiritually relating to the self. They're locked in a instinct mode, animal mode, eat, sleep, mate, defend. Unfortunately, most of human society is now in that eat, sleep, mate and defend mode. And just makes them two-legged animals. There's no guarantee you're going to have a human birth in your next life. But a lot of the stresses and strains of the rest of it, we're the only species with an economic crisis. I see billions of ants. I have billions of ants in my field. They're being taken care of. They're getting their food. Birds are eating. The bees are eating. The pigeons are eating. Every creature has got enough. Except us. Let me tell you, people, what time we are at right now. And It's time to feed the lions to the Christians. Talk to you all.